Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And over the last couple of weeks or so, I've brought you a lot of material about recycling capital. The story of recycling capital was first brought to us by the lumberjack landlord, where he talked about a duplex he house hacked. And then over the course of 8 or 9 years, that duplex turned into several $100,000. That was followed up by my story of taking Norris Drive, which I write about in this amazing book, One Rental at a Time, as our first rental property. I then take you through nearly 18 years of following that first $20,000 and watching that turn into 20 plus units, over 100K in cash, and over $500,000 in equity. That was then beat by Todd Baldwin from CNBC Millennial Money, where he talked about his first $18,000 or $19,000 house hack in a $500,000 home, quickly turned into $25,000 a year profit a year, and ultimately selling it 6 years later, putting $300,000 in his pocket. All of those things are amazing. All of those things point to getting on the property ladder, house hacking, room hacking, getting your first duplex in a cheaper part of town. Not to be outdone, I have found a billionaire who starts his journey in 1986. This billionaire has a humble beginning like myself, the lumberjack, and Todd. He starts with a purchase, and I'll bring up the PowerPoint in a minute, but basically he starts with a duplex he bought for $89,000 when his 19-year-old wife was pregnant. He bought it with credit cards. This individual recycled capital like a fiend and very quickly grew and grew and grew, and now is a billionaire. So I'm going to bring it up, give you a story. And again, this is not about turning credit card debt into $1 billion. It is meant to inspire, do the work, do what it takes, keep moving, keep finding good or great deals. So let me bring this story up because it is quite amazing. And it really shows what is possible. So again, this individual is a billionaire. I think $1.7 billion. It all starts with an $89,000 duplex in New Jersey in 1986. So David Lichtenstein, college wasn't an option. To make money fast without a fancy education, Lichtenstein figured real estate was his best bet. You don't have to be too bright to get into real estate, he says. His wife's pregnancy when he was 23 and she was 19 motivated him. He maxed out his credit cards to buy his first property, a 2-story, 2-family home in Lakewood, New Jersey for $89,000. He bought more as soon as he had steady cash flow, liberally supplemented with loans. Debt he learned could be his friend. Folks, this is house hacking. This is recycling capital. This is going for it next level. I do not recommend using credit cards. I don't recommend maximum leverage. But again, this is David's stories, not mine. And again, the story starts in 1986. Here's the story. I found I don't know if that is the actual duplex. It was referenced in an article I found as a sample. So again, it probably is not the actual house, but it is like the one he bought. 1986, $89,000. He used credit cards as the down payment. Once the cash flow grew, he bought more. He kept using high leverage and equity over and over and over again. That is how you use or recycle capital. He now has 20,000 units. Starts with 2 units in 1986, has 20,000 units in 2021. That's amazing. That's 35 years. He has units in 28 states. His average annualized return is 30%. That's pretty good. His net worth today, based on one article, is $1.7 billion. Again, kind of the keys to his growth is David was recycling capital over and over and over again. He focused on problem properties that people didn't want. He saw that as less competition. In 1997, he did move into retail as housing was booming and getting expensive. And also he created his company, the Lichtenstein Group. The story isn't all great. Debt has a dark side, and David wasn't immune to it. In 2009, he had $7.3 billion in debt. I'll say that again, $7.3 billion in debt. He used that to buy a business extended stay. It was the largest chain of mid-price hotels with only 200 million in equity. Folks, that is a skinny deal. Extended stay went bankrupt. Blackstone eventually bought it. And oh, by the way, I don't know that it's here, but David was on the hook for $100 million personally. He had to write a check for $100 million. Now, the Lichtenstein Group has $2 billion worth of project. This is the most recent. He now appreciates debt where he was max debt. The bankruptcy of his extended stay gave him pause. He now only finances up to 50% to be sure that he is in much better debt position. He has 12,000 lots in Florida, Nevada, and Arizona that he bought cheap in 2010. My suspicion is he will start unloading those. Real estate market in the rest of the country hasn't rebounded as quickly as New York. So this is just what's going on. Again, it's a pretty amazing story how you start with a duplex. Your pregnant 19-year-old wife inspires you to do something. No fancy college education. Figured he could figure out real estate, and he clearly did. What's holding you back? I have a course called How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. It is the process to learn your market. You learn your market by knowing what's average. Once you know average, you can do good and great. It's that simple. In addition to that, I have wonderful experts who bring you more and more content, Airbnb, house hacking, private money, flipping, all these other things. So what's stopping you? Once you buy it, buy the course, or once you buy the course, join the group. One rental at a time works on Facebook. We will see you there. Have a great day. Bye.